Hi, I'm Philip Nourse. Welcome to the latest edition of Boxing News Health and Fitness Television. In the guides that I wrote in conjunction with Boxing News in relation to boxing conditioning, I stated the importance of explosive lifting in conjunction with power development for the boxer, and this was backed up in the article written by my personal coach, Brian Hamill. Today we're going to be looking at two variants of the Olympic lifts that are going to add that bit of extra snap to your punching power. The first one is the hang clean pull, and the second is the hang power clean. These should really add that bit of extra bite to your punching, as they're going to develop the muscles of the back in what we call the posterior chain, as well as the triple extension, which is that extension through your ankle, your knee and your hip. We're going to start off by addressing the relevant grip that you're going to be using for both the power clean and the clean pull. We're looking for roughly a shoulder width grip just outside the knees, probably just below or outside the shoulders. You will see some people using a slightly wider grip, maybe a fractionally narrower grip, but really wherever you would feel comfortable if the bar was rested here in kind of a front squat position. So that's your kind of grip that you're going to be initially taking on the bar. Thumbs wrapped in behind the bar for a basic grip. If you're looking for a more advanced form of grip, you can use the weightlifted hook grip, which would be taking the hand and thumb in behind the bar and clenching the fingers over the bar, which will give a little bit more power and a little bit more force and a little bit better grip if you are lifting a heavy weight. So that's the grip. For the setup, in terms of positional setup for both lifts, you're looking for, once again, hands slightly outside the shoulders, and you're looking for the bar to rest somewhere around about the middle of the thigh. We're going to start off chest nicely over the bar, hands just outside the shoulders there, and then we're going to take the elbows and just physically just turn the elbow out and round. That's going to ensure a nice straight pull up the body when you actually initiate the lift. So once again, eyes up, nice proud chest, elbows out, chest over the bar, and that's your kind of start point with the bar resting on the mid-thigh. Let's have a look at that from the side. Once again, chest up, over the bar. You see I've got a little bit of soft bend in my knee, probably only as deep as you would drop if you were about to drop into a vertical jump. So that's about as deep as you're going to want the knee bend. Feet roughly shoulder width apart again, toes pointing forward, hands just outside the shoulders, maybe just under the shoulders, elbows turned out, grip on the bar. You can see that nice posture there, nice natural arch to the spine, bum back and out, that degree of knee bend with the bar resting just on the mid-thigh, eyes up. You can see the way the chest is over the bar. The reason for that is when we actually execute the lift, you're going to give your hips somewhere to go. It's going to be that movement. You've got that movement in the knee and in the hip and the ankle. So initially we're going to address the technique of the most basic of the two lifts, the hang clean pull. Similar to the clean, but basically you're just not finishing it off. You're just pulling through the line without racking the bar. Excellent for just developing that explosive power throughout that posterior chain and throughout that triple extension movement. So once again, we have our setup on the bar. You can see that orientation here. Elbows turned out, head up, shoulders over the bar, chest over the bar, hands below shoulders. And all we're physically looking to do is practically execute a vertical jump. You will see the hips drive up and through, the shoulders will come up in a shrug, and you're going to explosively pull that bar through. So we'll start off here, start position, head up, keep those elbows turned out, jump and pull. Jump and pull. From the front, now as an alternative or a variant of that, you can do that with a slight initial drop, which is possibly slightly better for a more reactive, rebounding type of power. So you can start straight up, then drop into the start position and then explode out. You can see there that I'm really attempting to get my hips through, extend those knees and extend at the ankle. So we're looking for triple extension. Ankle, knee, hips. Let's have a look at that triple extension once more. You can see with no weight on the bar, but I actually come quite significantly off of the floor. As additional weight and load is added to the bar, obviously you're going to come off the floor significantly less. And now let's have a look at it with some weight on the bar. And now let's have a look from the front. And that is your hang clean. Now a more advanced variation of the hang clean pull is the full power clean. It's basically exactly the same as the hang clean pull, but now we're actually physically looking to wrap the bar onto the shoulders. The setup is exactly the same as I say as the hang clean pull. Most of the technique is also very similar to the hang clean pull. The difference is that you're going to end up with the bar wrapped nicely into the fingers, resting on the shoulders. One of the mistakes people tend to make in this particular lift to bear in mind is that we're not catching the bar in the palm. The bar is coming to rest nicely on the fingers. Now often people will find that quite an uncomfortable position to end up into. So it's worth looking at some flexibility work for the fingers, getting up into a weighted bar, pushing up just to get a bit of extra mobility in the shoulders and the wrists, just to let that bar rest nicely in the fingers. Actually, it's far more mobile to get the bar resting directly in the fingers than in the hand, and you'll find yourself able to wrap the bar much more easily when there's significantly more weight on the bar. So let's have a quick look at the power clean from the hang with just the bar. Setup's exactly the same, hang position, eyes up, proud chest over the bar, elbows turned out, and wrap the weight. Once again, I'm still trying to get my hips through, get a bit of extension of the ankles, a bit more at the knees as well, to ensure that full triple extension. With very little weight on the bar, it's quite tough to wrap the bar and get full extension. You'll see it becomes a fraction easier with a bit of weight on the bar to actually pull against and get under. And let's have a quick look from the side. And again. And one quick look from the front. And you can see I end up in that half squat position. Now let's have a look at that with a little bit of weight on the bar. Okay, so we've got a little bit of weight on the bar now. I'm going to execute this power clean from the hang. Once again, you'll see the elbows push through, flip through, and the bar ends up resting in the fingertips. Okay, we'll have a look at that once again from the front. Just watch again, like a quick pop of the elbows, and you'll see the way the body descends into just a short quarter squat, just to absorb that load. And you'll find in the sporting environment that very effective in terms of developing your ability to land that kind of negative eccentric load. So that was the hang clean pull and the full hang power clean. They are two of the kind of introductory Olympic style lifts, and two of the first that you should probably begin with if you start to engage in this kind of explosive, powerful resistance training. Thank you very much. That was this week's edition of Boxing News Health and Fitness Television.